I drove up the mountain last weekend, excited to finally enjoy a quiet retreat at my cabin. But instead of peace, I found chaos. Cars lined the road, a giant white tent stretched across my yard, and strangers carried trays of food into my cabin. At first, I thought maybe I'd stumbled onto the wrong property, but no, this was mine. Then she appeared. HOA Karen, standing there in a glittery dress with a walkie-talkie, barking orders like she owned the place. When I demanded to know what was going on, she smirked and said, "This cabin has been reserved for my daughter's wedding. You'll need to leave until the event is over." I laughed, thinking it was a sick joke. But she was dead serious. She claimed she had cleared it with the HOA and said my land was community accessible. I reminded her that my deed doesn't answer to her clipboard. The cabin is private property, period.
Karen didn't like that.
She crossed her arms and snapped, "If you don't leave, I'll call the cops." I told her to go right ahead. 5 minutes later, flashing lights pulled up. She ran to the officers, shouting that I was trespassing at her event. But when the cops came to me, I handed them my ID and property documents. Their faces changed instantly. One officer turned to Karen and said, "Ma'am, he's the owner. You're the trespasser here." The wedding guests started whispering as the cops told everyone to pack up and leave immediately. Karen went red, screaming that I was ruining her daughter's big day. But the law was clear. She had no right to be there. In the end, her dream wedding turned into a humiliating parade of cars being escorted off my land. And me? I finally sat on my porch, coffee in hand, watching the sun set, on her arrogance.